Hello. I've been told that I don't show my cat in anymore, so I'm sure you've seen her. So there she is, she's fine. Anyway, hello everybody. Today I'm here with my 5-star prediction video. I don't really do Goodreads anymore. I want to go back there one day, but I never have the time. But I thought it would be nice to sit down and think out of my massive TBR which books I think I would absolutely love, so to give a 5-star to. So I've combined a list of 10 different things. They're all different genres pretty much. So let's go in no particular order. I'm just going to grab them literally how they're standing in the stack. I'm not going to go into much detail for any of them, first of all because I don't really have much time today, and also because I've not read them, so I don't really know what some of them are about in detail. So let's go. So the first one on the list is The Life of Prague by Nicole Jarvis. It's a fantasy book. I think it's a bit of historical fantasy. It's set in Prague. It's got something to do with vampires. And I think that's literally the 3 buzzwords for me. Historical because it's set in 1800s, I believe. Set in Prague as well, which just intrigues me greatly. And also vampires. I know it's not exactly vampires, but sort of like vampirish like creatures. So I do think I'm gonna really love this one. So there's number 1. Number 2 is really popular on BookTube. It's The 5th Season by N.K. Jemisin. I don't know much about this one. I think it starts with the end of the world and it's a fantasy novel. That's all I know pretty much. This is the way the world ends for the last time. It starts with a great red rift across the heart of the world's sole continent, spewing ash that blots out the sun. It starts with death, with murdered son and a missing daughter. It starts with betrayal and long dormant wounds rising up to fester. This is the stillness, a land long familiar with catastrophe, where the power of the earth is wielded as a weapon and where there is no mercy. For some reason I just have a good feeling about this book. I think I'm gonna love it. I know a lot of people love this one on BookTube, so I'm hoping I'm gonna be one of them. The next one is a bit of a spoiler for my June book haul, but here we go anyway. So it is The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. I believe it's a fantasy novel and a lot of people describe it as middle grade for adults. All I know is that there's this man who goes to the orphanage to just like uncover the truth about these children who are dangerous or something. I can't remember exactly what it's about, but it just sounds interesting and cute, and I've not heard a single bad review about this book. So I do think I'm going to be one of those people who are going to enjoy it because people describe it as, well, first of all, middle grade for adults, which I do enjoy middle grade. And they also describe it as sweet and a cute story, so having high hopes for this one. Next one you've seen me mention a lot of the time lately in my videos. Still have not read it yet, but that is Circus of Wonders by Elizabeth McNeill. This is a historical fiction. I do think I'm gonna love this book just for the pure fact that I enjoyed the first novel by this author, which was The Door Factory. Absolutely adored it. The writing style was beautiful. The setting, the atmosphere, the plot, everything was amazing. So I just think I'm gonna really love this one. In this one we follow our main character. Sorry, my cat just wanted to drink my water from my cup. That's not acceptable. Oi. In this one we follow the main character Nell, whose skin is speckled with birthmarks, and one day she's sold to the circus. That's when she starts to become famous, become friends with different people, but apparently there are some dangers and secrets and all that, so I'm really intrigued and I do think I'm gonna love it. So next one is another fantasy novel, and that one is Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. I don't know again much about this one. All I know is that it's like a Rumpelstiltskin's retelling, but I think a female version of that one. I think it's also set in Russia, which is, I am from Russia, as you're probably aware. So hopefully whilst reading that I'll just have some nostalgic feelings to it and fairy tale-esque atmosphere. Will hopefully enjoy it. So I do have high hopes for this one, that's why it's on the list. The next one is The Phone Box at the Edge of the World by Laura Messina. This one this one is set in a Japanese town in which there's a phone box in which you can go, a lot of people go to and phone people who are already dead. There's no fantastical element in this one, so they're not actually calling people who are dead, but it's just for the people themselves to have an opportunity to speak to somebody who's already dead, something to say that they wanted to say but didn't have the chance. I do think I'm gonna really love this one because it sounds really like sad but also maybe sweet at the same time, heartwarming or heartbreaking. Either way, I do think I'm gonna really love this one. So next one is another historical fiction, and that is in English, that is The Labyrinth of the Spirits, I believe, by Carlos Ruiz-Zafón. This one is the 4th book in his Cemetery of Forgotten Books, the last one he'd ever written. So I've enjoyed every single book by him that I've read so far. I love the atmosphere. It's a bit creepy and dark but so cozy at the same time. I love the characters. The plot is always so intriguing, so unpredictable in places as well, and it's also like very intricate because there are different storylines that sort of just go together. It's just brilliant, and I am really looking forward to this one. This one is set in Barcelona in the 20th century, so yeah. Another historical fiction we've got is The Shape of Darkness by Laura Purcell. Again, this one I think I'm gonna love purely for the fact that I've read 3 novels by this author and really enjoyed all of them, especially The Silent Companions and The Corset. The writing style of this woman is just beautiful. She writes beautifully about absolutely anything. Every little detail that you can think of, she writes it in such an amazing and beautiful, mesmerizing way. Also, the atmosphere of the books, as usual, is just great. It's also, again, like creepy but cozy at the same time. Even the plot is always, again, intricate, intriguing. There's always a mystery, always. I just love it so much. For a change, I'm actually going to read you the blurb of this one because it just does sound really intriguing. So, as the age of the photograph dawns in Victorian Bath, silhouette artist Agnes is struggling to keep her business afloat. Still recovering from a serious illness, making enough money to support her elderly mother and her orphaned nephew Cedric has never been easy. But then one of her clients is murdered shortly after sitting for Agnes, and then another and another. Why is the killer seemingly targeting her business? Desperately seeking answers, Agnes approaches Pearl, a child spirit medium, hoping that if Pearl can make contact with those who died, they might reveal who killed them. But Agnes and Pearl quickly discover that instead they may have opened the door to something they can never put back. Like, that sounds amazing to me. I'm super intrigued. I don't know why I've not read this book yet. And also the fact that it's set in Victorian Bath, I think is another thing why I'm gonna love this book, because I love Bath and I love Victorian period as well, so all of that in combination, I do think I'm gonna absolutely adore this book. So here we go. Another historical fiction on this list is Once Upon a River by Diane Setterfield. Again, I read 2 books by this author, absolutely adored the 13th Tale, wasn't quite a fan of the second one, I can't remember what one that one's called, but this one again sounds really intriguing. So as far as I understand, there's a little village or a town in which there's a dead body of a child, and that child then all of a sudden just comes back to life. And I believe there's a mystery around that. That's pretty much all I know, but again, I do think I'm going to enjoy the book just even for the writing style. And again, it's historical fiction. I always enjoy historical fiction, especially beautifully written like this one should be. Also, there's a bit of a mystery. That's why I think I'm gonna absolutely enjoy it. And like I said, I really enjoyed the 13th Tale, so if that's anything like this one, I'd love to read this one. Also, again, I'm amazed that I haven't read it, because I've had it for maybe like a couple of years now, if not more than that. I've no idea why I've not read it, because it does sound really good to me, so hopefully I'll read it this year. And the very last book on this list is actually a sci-fi for a change, and that is The Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. Again, I read The Martian by the author and absolutely loved it, so I have high hopes for this one. It's a similar storyline though. We've got this guy who is suddenly awake in a spaceship by himself, and all of his crew members are dead. So now he needs to find out what happened, why that happened, and I believe he's also got a mission in which like humanity depends on it, but obviously he now needs to figure out why, because I have a feeling he can't remember why he's there or something like that. Sounds super cool to me. I do enjoy sci-fi on occasion, especially when it's a good sci-fi, especially set in space, but not like galaxy wars or anything, just like stuff like this I absolutely enjoy. So I'm hoping I'm gonna really like it. So yeah, there we go. This is the list of the books that I think I'm gonna absolutely love. If you read any of these books, please let me know what you thought of them, or if I should prioritize any of them. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye!